This first exercise is a resistance band pull apart. We're going to do this exercise for shoulder and scapular endurance building. I recommend starting with a lighter weighted resistance band or tube, whatever is fine. We're going to do these with higher repetitions and a shorter rest interval between each set. What you want to do is put your resistance band between both hands, keep your arms nice and straight without locking out your elbows, and then just pull apart at a nice, steady, consistent pace. Think about pushing your shoulder blades together and down to keep your shoulders nice and stabilized. And like I said, higher repetitions, shorter rest interval. Size is a kettlebell swing. This is going to be a overall strengthening and core stabilizing exercise. It's really good for full body. So we're going to take our kettlebell, put our feet about shoulder width apart. We'll do this at an angle so you can kind of see. Shoulder width apart. Bring those shoulder blades together and down. Keep your back nice and straight and your core nice and engaged. You're going to squat a little bit to kind of get in your starting position. And we're going to bring the kettlebell forward, and as it drops, come down into a squat. Again, we don't want any excessive curving of the spine and keeping a nice, steady, consistent pace. Our third exercise, with being a tire builder and having to do a lot of overhead reaching and pushing heavy material, we're going to do an overhead squat for our third exercise. We can do this starting with lighter weight for a demonstration purpose, but we do want to do these exercises with weights that simulate our work function. So what we're going to take is this dumbbell. Again, shoulder width apart for our feet, and as we come, we're going to hold this up and squat, just like that. Now, as you can see here, my back isn't super curved. We want to keep it nice and steady, keep our core nice and engaged, and when we're squatting, it is okay if those knees come past those toes. All right, so this next exercise is called a reverse cable chop. I've got a resistance band here attached to the end of our table. You can do this with cables at the gym or a resistance band at home. We want to stand far enough away that there is tautness in the band. Hold the end, have your feet about shoulder width apart, and have your hands down here in a starting position at your hip. And you're going to keep your core nice and engaged, a nice neutral spine, and you're just going to pull and reach towards the ceiling in a diagonal fashion. You can do this going both directions, like so. Our final exercise can be done at the gym using cables or at home using, like what we have here, a resistance band thrown over the top of the door frame. We have it tied in a loop here so that you can kind of make handles, and I'll do this facing you and facing away so that you can kind of get a feel for it. If you do this in the gym, typically it's done in a seated position. So you'll start holding the ends of the resistance band. Keep a nice neutral spine. Think about pushing your shoulder blades back, down, and together. And you're just going to pull down.